Please, thank you very much. شكرا هيثم. أولاً السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أولاً أرحب فيكم في الإمارات في رأس الخيمة، وشرف لنا كبير أن نشوفكم مرة ثانية الحمد لله. اسمحوا لي بتكلم باللغة الإنجليزية. I want to welcome everybody here. We are honored, privileged to see you here. And as Haytham said, that you have voted again to come to Ras Al Khaimah. Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you to this 15th Arabian Hotel Investment Conference. This is the second to be hosted right here in Ras Al Khaimah. I want to thank Jonathan. I want to thank all the team who worked with him to make this. I want to thank all my team who have worked together seamlessly to make this event happen as is today. When I look around this wonderful, purpose-built venue, I think of how far we have come in Ras Al Khaimah and the UAE as a whole since I was a little boy. At that time, I remember what kind of life we had. That people would come from all over the Emirates to spend here in Ras Al Khaimah their summers. Even then, we were actually a tourist destination, although at that time, we didn't call it that way. Since then, there has been, of course, rapid change and progress in a very short period of time, with vast improvements in education, health, and the standard of living in Ras Al Khaimah and across the United Arab Emirates. Yet we still have today, we still have great ambitions for our future. We see it is only the beginning. In the tourism sector, here in Ras Al Khaimah, we have witnessed exponential growth, with numbers tripling in the past few years, from 390 in 2011 to over 1 million tourists in 2018. Remarkable, but yet, as Haytham said, we're looking for the 3 million figure, which will be our target to achieve by 2025. Our average room occupancy rates have been higher than 70% over the past 2 years. And in the same time frame, our RevPAR of $119 also places us amongst the top markets in a recent study of 24 global leisure destinations. At the end of the day, we want to build a strategy for tourism, but we want to build it where our investors have a partnership, have an emirate that cares and works for them. And that's what we want to do, and that these figures do reflect that kind of strategy and commitment we have. This is a testament to our commitment to developing both the infrastructure needed to attract tourists, but also to our long-term strategic vision for our tourism sector, in which AHIC plays a very important and pivotal role. In my opinion, part of the appeal of Ras Al Khaimah to tourists is that we have been blessed with great diversity in natural assets, from white sandy beaches to our terracotta desert, spectacular mountains and wadis, but with great historical sites, great history, In my opinion, this is irreplaceable, what God gave us. And it's our job how to deliver it to our friends, our visitors, our tourists. I also believe that tourism is a key platform from which we can engage with the world and to share our culture, our hospitality, our history. And I think we have a lot to share. Our history dates back to over than 7,000 years. And there's evidence of it everywhere. Every piece of Ras Al Khaimah, there's a piece of archaeology that tells about our history. Over 1,000 archaeological sites scattered around the emirate. As Haytham said, only 2 kilometers from here, Al Jazeera Al Hamra, the best preserved traditional village in the UAE, which is currently being restored. There you can actually walk around and have an experience what life was like for the people of this country in earlier times. There are very few places in the world where you can travel through age and climate in just a matter of kilometers like you can in Ras Al Khaimah. You can go through history and you can go different climates in a very short time and space. But in order for us to be successful as an emirate, we first were successful as a country. In 1971, our dear country was formed. A union that, thanks to the wisdom of our leadership, of His Highness Sheikh Saud Al Nahyan, God bless his soul, would go on to achieve so much and become a force for tolerance, stability, humanity, good governance in this region, a place of hope, a place for dreams coming true. It was the beginning of our journey to progress and prosperity. It was also a far simpler life in those times in Ras Al Khaimah across the country. My memories of those early years are of a time in which Ras Al Khaimah was a summer holiday destination for people from across the country. They would come and stay in barasti houses on their farms near their mountains. At that time, it wasn't as easy to get around the country as it is today. So it took considerable time and effort for people to get here and for us to travel to other places in the Emirates. We had to worry about things like getting stuck in sand dunes, or being caught at high tide, or winter, or in the winter getting stranded due to the rain. Life back then was far from easy, but despite this, every summer people came from other Emirates to enjoy Ras Al Khaimah, to enjoy the same things, more or less, that people come to enjoy Ras Al Khaimah today: the sea, the mountains, and the wadis. Today we have grown from no hotels in 1960 to 49 2018. Fantastic progress when you consider the majority of that development has only happened in the last decade. This is, as I said, just the beginning of our journey. So when I consider this increase in travel and tourism in my emirate and across UAE, I realize how fundamental travel is to mankind. That inside of us, we all possess the desire to travel, to discover, to understand. The desire to travel was instilled in one of Ras Al Khaimah's most famous sons, the great navigator Ahmed bin Majid, known as the Lion of the Sea. He was born here in Ma'arib in 1421, and he opened the door for Arabs to the Indian Ocean and beyond through his exceptional writing and navigational charge. He was a fearless sailor, a great navigator, a man who embraced the true essence of exploration. His story still gives us inspiration, and I like to think his spirit of adventure lives on in the work we're doing here in Ras Al Khaimah, developing a landscape and tourist infrastructure worthy of exploration. Ahmed bin Majid is part of Ras Al Khaimah's wealthy history, but it's not only our vast array of history, heritage, or culture that attracts people here today. Ras Al Khaimah also stands out from the crowd in terms of its diversity. Diversity of attraction, diversity of industry, diversity of investment opportunities. In Ras Al Khaimah, we want people to be able to embrace, realize their potential. We want Emirati and expatriate talent to live with us, work with us, and grow with us. Because I believe that our true wealth is in our people. It is through them we will foster sustainable growth, augmenting our existing successes. Strong governance, strong economy are the foundation of these successes, as they provide the framework and environment for businesses to thrive. But just as fundamental is our principle of freedom and security, Ras Al Khaimah upholds the values of universal freedoms. I'm very proud of our legal system, which has undergone major reforms in recent years. Reforms that have put Ras Al Khaimah at the forefront of international best practice and that protects the rights of everyone who lives or visits us. As a result of these efforts and other government reforms, our emirate is constantly ranked as being an extremely safe and secure place to live. In fact, last year, a police report found that 99.7% of our residents felt safe living in Ras Al Khaimah. An incredible figure, a very proud achievement. We are also developing our approach across different sectors by improving our ease of doing business. The roadmap is already in place. The initiatives are underway. The sentiment is there to do business with you and our partners in creating success. The numbers tell the story. Ras Al Khaimah has an ease of doing business. Score of 77.52, that's higher than the GCC average, and places us among the top 30 economies for ease of doing business, even ahead of France. Let me remind you, we're not yet satisfied. Our aim is to go further. This is the beginning of our work. The speed of our core system at enforcing commercial contracts is also faster than anywhere else in the world, just 160 days, 4 days ahead of Singapore. Alongside developing an environment ripe for investment, we have also built homegrown successes. Rak Ceramic, Steva Rock, Julfar, Rak Bank, and many, many others. While other Ras Al Khaimah successes are multinational companies that have saw for themselves the benefits of adopting Ras Al Khaimah as their home. The straightforward business licenses, the low-cost accommodation and labor, the excellent infrastructure, and the strategic location. Walk a few miles away from here, and you will see Ashok Leyland, building almost 2,000 buses a year from its Ras Al Khaimah manufacturing plant, assembly plant. You will see Dabur, the world's largest natural healthcare company, supplying its thriving business across the entire MENA region from its factory in Ras Al Khaimah. You will see how Ahmed Tea, the exclusive tea brand headquartered in London, produces 22 million tea bags per day in its Ras Al Khaimah production facility, which is also the company's largest and most advanced factory globally. These successes don't really occur in isolation. They had to be synchronized for success. Very much like this year's AHIC theme dictates, and it's true. Working together in tandem is what makes us most successful. Ras Al Khaimah various entities are synchronized. They work hand in hand through our strategic vision for the Emirate, our blueprint to further prosperity, our blueprint to capture and make our future. But we also realize that in order for Ras Al Khaimah successes to continue, we must look at them in a global context. We must analyze, benchmark, improve. Data and evidence is a great and powerful tool. And in Ras Al Khaimah, we adopt an evidence-based approach. We promote a culture of utilizing data and evidence to make informed decisions. And we will revisit our decisions if the data and evidence suggest we should. In aviation, for instance, astounding figures of 4.1 billion airline passengers globally in 2017, a figure that could double to more than 8 billion by the year 2037. It shows that change, progress, is a constant, but so are the opportunities. Here in Ras Al Khaimah, we aim to leverage our value propositions and utilize our competitive advantage to the fullest. We want to become part of the future. We want to bring the people who live here, the people who work here, to become part of the drivers, part of the makers of the future. We're very proud of the tremendous success of Emirates Airline. Great thanks are due to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, for his vision for this company. And also to my dear friend, Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum, for his leadership and follow-up. Emirates Airline is one of many UAE corporations that has become the symbol of the Emirates, the global success stories, an inspiration to us all. Its central hub, the world-class Dubai Airport, also links us to a third of world population within 4 hours flying time from here. I can list the other airports, how important they are: Sharjah Airport, Abu Dhabi Airport, the Air Arabia, how it introduced the low-cost model, a revolution its own. We're proud to have our airport as well as a gateway for the tourists, for the business. This connectivity is one of the drivers of Ras Al Khaimah's and UAE's success as we cement our position as a gateway between east, west, north, and south. Core, though, to development is ensuring the south and safety and security of everyone who lives in this country. Conflict, unfortunately, has scarred the Arab world in recent years, and this has made people cautious about this region. Not us. We see ourselves in oases of safety, tolerance, and opportunity, a place of hope. We are working together with our partners across this region and the globe to create the progress and the stability and the hope that we dream, all of us. The UAE leadership has declared this year to be the year of tolerance, a year in which we encourage, develop mutual respect, cooperation, and dialogue among the different peoples of the world within our country and outside. People sometimes talk of tolerance, but we here in the Emirates, we do practice it every day. And as such, we have made a concerted effort to enshrine it in our policies. If you look around in any city in the Emirates, this is a testament how peaceful coexistence, different nationalities have, is actually a reality. One of the key ways to develop tolerance and inclusivity is to get to know people who are different to us. And that's why I'm a great believer in events such as these. Events which bring together the finest minds from around the world to share their ideas and shape the future. Tourism is a great bridge. Tourism is a great way to get us all, different people around, to know each other, to become friends, to become partners. We would like Ras Al Khaimah, the Emirates, to be that oasis that allow people to meet and enjoy each other, friendship. Last year, Ras Al Khaimah was a proud and a good host of AHIC, but we are even more delighted than pleased to have it back again in 2019. As it shows, we are here to not just make a first impression, but a lasting impression. This is one reason why at this year's conference, we're pleased to announce a launch of a Grand RAK project, which will be the first competition in this region for hotel operators to have an opportunity to design a unique beachfront project in Ras Al Khaimah. If selected by the judges, the winning entry offers the operator a guaranteed management agreement for the project they designed. I welcome everybody to participate. It's an innovative idea, and one that you will hear more about during the conference. But AHIC is all about innovation. It's a platform for ideas, and we are also thankful as it allows Ras Al Khaimah to showcase what we have to offer. We want to make clear that we are an attractive destination for investment, that we have a strong and stable economy, that we have the infrastructure, the resources to do anything we set our mind to. I found this year's Synchronized for Success theme very befitting because when you run a government or a business, the best chance of success is when all the separate entities are aligned with a common goal as the focal point. For example, Ras Al Khaimah Tourism Development Authority wanted to build the world's longest zip line, but didn't possess the technical know-how at that time. So what did they do? So they found out who ran the longest zip line in the world at the time and brought them to partner on this project. today synchronized with Torre Verde of Puerto Rico, and now we hold the world's record. Torre Verde is happy, today is happy, and we operate a very successful zip line. We are very proud of this kind of partnership. This is just one example of how Ras Al Khaimah operates with its partners, mutual buy-in and mutual benefits. Another great example how we work here in Ras Al Khaimah, let's say the quarries and the ports that have flush here. They work in tandem to extract the building materials and transport it to be used in every major development port in the region. You name them, you will see Ras Al Khaimah name is there. Burj Khalifa, Palm Jumeirah, Abu Dhabi Airport, Jubail, Jabir Causeway in Kuwait, Al Fao Port, many others. Most of them, you will see the name of Ras Al Khaimah is a partner in the building of these prestigious jobs. To give you an idea of the scale, Stable Rock has a production capacity of over 80 million tons per year. To give you a scale of how change, within the past 10 to 15 years, we moved from our port, Mina Saqr, from 1.5 million tons to this year 70 million tons. That's an indication when several entities work together, they greater success. These are just some of the Ras Al Khaimah achievements, together with the achievement from across the Emirates as a whole. They are a huge source of our pride for our people. And I take great pleasure in knowing how far we have come and how much further we intend to go. Because we know the feeling of having come a long way, of having to build a society with only creativity and hard work. And we want to ensure prosperity in the long term, so our children and their children in turn can reap the benefits of our dedication, perseverance, and vision. We must achieve our goals so that the next generation can look back on our legacy and talk with pride of the wisdom and achievements of their parents, as we do of the founder of this great nation. I have great pride for the leaders of our country. I want to have special thanks to His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the UAE and ruler of Abu Dhabi. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President of UAE, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai. His Highness Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, Supreme Member and ruler of Sharjah, and my other counterpart, the rulers of this country. And I want to have a special thanks for His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of UAE Armed Forces, for all of their continuous commitment to the development and prosperity of the United Arab Emirates. I'm always blessed to be able to learn from them the wisdom, and from all of them who play actually role models in terms of service to their country, the constant pursuit of improvement and excellence. I also get inspired from the many Emirati women and men who have such a wonderful spirit and commitment to their country. It is my firm belief that those who elevate others actually elevate themselves. And that's what we have done in the United Arab Emirates. Very proud of it. We are a country that not only supports the growth and development of its own citizens, but of every person who chooses to make their home here. I'm proud of the expatriates who have come from afar and wide and whose support has been pivotal in our development. The diversity of our population is not a liability, it's an asset. We see this clearly. It's one of the reasons why the UAE today is such a keen proponent of tolerance and why we have become a model to the world for a coexistence. Why people fear others. We have practice and the joy of knowing others different from us. We gain them as partners, we gain them as friends. I hope you enjoy your time in Ras Al Khaimah. I wish you a productive and successful conference. Thank you very much.